5 steps to making an amazing English presentation. Welcome to Speak English with Tiffani. I am Teacher Tiffani. Let's jump right in. Step 1. The attention grabber. The first step to making an amazing English presentation is to get the attention of your audience. This is one of the most important steps when preparing a presentation because this will determine if people will listen well or not. So, there are 3 ways to give an attention grabber. The first way is to tell a story. The second way is to state a fact. And the third way is to ask a question. Now, let's look at an example topic. Let's say the topic is the new Apple MacBook Pro. Is it good or is it bad? Well, to start off, if I used the tell a story attention grabber, I could tell a story about my first Apple computer. Or if I decided to state a fact, I could say the number of people using Macs. Or if I chose to ask a question, I could ask the audience, do you like Macs or PCs? Remember, the goal is to get the attention of the audience, those who are listening to you. So, when you do a presentation, you have to remember it's all about the visuals. So in step 1, we said there are 3 different ways that you can do or present your attention grabber. Remember, the first one was to tell a story. Now, if we're going to tell a story, what should be on the screen? What should be on the presentation screen? If you decide to do a story, all that needs to be on the screen is an image that represents your story. So remember, I said I would tell a story about my first computer. So I'm drawing a picture right now, but I can find a picture on the internet or even an actual picture of my computer. So just an image should be on the screen. Very simple. Okay, the next one. If we chose to give a fact when we were doing our presentation, or in the future when you do your presentation, if you choose a fact, the only thing that should be on the screen is the actual fact. So if I chose to maybe give a percentage or a number, I will put only that information on the screen. Now, if I chose a question, or if you choose to use a question as your attention grabber, you will write the question on the screen. Okay? So the question will be the only thing on the screen when you're doing this part of your presentation. So again, story, you're going to have an image. For a fact, you're going to have the actual fact. And for a question, you will have the question written on the screen. Step 2, the topic or the issue. The second step to making an amazing English presentation is to introduce the topic or issue that you will be doing a presentation on. You want to give general information and then some details connected to your presentation. Now, you guys will notice that I'm saying presentation sometimes and sometimes presentation. Both are okay in English. So let's keep going. Now, for the topic or issue, you want to state it, and then you want to give 3 different details about the topic or issue that you're talking about or presenting. So, for example, again, our topic is the new Apple MacBook Pro. So, the first detail I would give is designers like to use MacBook computers. This is a fact or a detail about this topic. The next detail I would say is that people wait for Apple product releases. This is also something true about this topic. And third, I would say the latest MacBook Pro was released. So what has happened is I have given general information about the topic. Okay, now when you're talking about the topic or the issue, you're only going to have one screen. Now this part is very simple. The only thing you should put on the screen for the topic or the issue, remember, topic/issue portion of your presentation, is actually to write what the topic is. Write what the topic or the issue is. And one thing that you're going to do that's going to be very important is you're going to highlight, okay? You're going to highlight the part that's the most important. So say, for example, this was the most important. So the topic is about Mac computers, right? So I will highlight, if this word was computer, I would highlight this, and what's inside would be computer, or specifically Mac computer. So once again, when you talk about the topic or issue, the only thing you should have on the screen is the actual topic or issue. You want the people to focus on you as you're speaking and to only see the main idea on the presentation screen. Step 3, my opinion. The third step to making an amazing English presentation is to give your opinion on the topic or issue that you will be doing a presentation on. You will give 3 of your basic points and then go into more detail later on in the next step. These points become reasons for your opinion. So, remember, if you don't know how to organize your opinion or your thoughts, you need to go to speakenglishwithtiffani.com/ebooks or speakenglishwithtiffani.com/courses to get help with organizing your opinion and also improving your English fluency. Okay, let's keep going. Now, my opinion on this topic needs to be supported by 3 reasons. Okay, reason 1, reason 2, and reason 3. So again, our topic for this example is the new Apple MacBook Pro. Now, in my opinion, I think the new Apple MacBook Pro is really good. That's my opinion. Now, the first reason for my opinion is it has great updated software features. My second reason for my opinion is it has a better design and a larger hard drive. And the third reason for my opinion is the improved screen resolution. Okay, for this section, for the my opinion section, you need to group things that are at the same level. So, for example, on this screen, what you're going to do is you will put what your opinion is right here. You will write it out, and then remember, you have 3 reasons. So you need to group the reasons together. So this will be reason 1, reason 2, and then reason 3. But the most important thing you need to remember is these need to be grouped together on the screen. And this right here needs to be in a large font, so that those watching your presentation know exactly what your opinion is. And this section right here needs to be in a medium-sized font. Let's do that again. Medium-sized font. Okay? Step 4, reasons and details. The fourth step to making an amazing English presentation involves expanding upon your main reasons and giving more details. These details will become the majority of your presentation. So, again, I've already given my opinion, which is that I like the MacBook Pro, and now I'm going to give details for each reason that I stated. So, for reason 1, I'll give 3 supporting details. For reason 2, I'll give 3 supporting details. And for reason 3, I'll give 3 supporting details. Now, this is what it would look like if I was giving a presentation on the new Apple MacBook Pro. My details for reason 1. Remember, my reason was great updated software features. Well, for example, the updated iWorks programs, the updated iMovie software, and also the updated iTunes software. So I've given details that support my reason. For the second reason, remember I said a better design and larger hard drive. Well, the details for that, or the examples of that, are the touch bar, the larger screen, and also more RAM. And finally, for my third reason, which was an improved screen resolution, My 3 details or 3 examples are the Retina LED display, the 4K screen, and also it has more vivid colors. Okay, now when you go into this section talking about the reasons and the details, you need to be a little bit more creative with this section. You're going to need a lot more visuals for this part. So again, on the top, you're going to write in bold or big letters what your reason is. So reason number 1. And then underneath that, let's split the screen into 3 different sections, okay? Now, for this part, you can either have an image that will describe the detail of reason 1. You can have a graph, or you can also have shapes or illustrations. Remember, this is a presentation, so there are certain portions that need to be visually engaging, okay? So again, I talked about the computer screen. So I can use an image of a computer and then I focus on the screen. Or I can show a graph that gives the information about the number of people who use the computer. And for shapes, maybe I want to show something like this, comparing a Mac computer to a PC. Okay, so these are the things you can do when you talk about your reasons and the details. Step 5, the summary and recap. The 5th step to making an amazing presentation involves going over the main points from your presentation one more time. This will help the listeners remember what you presented. So, for example, we're going to restate the topic and the issue, your opinion and also your reasons, and then the details that support your reasons. So, let's start it off. So again, we're talking about the new Apple MacBook Pro, and the first was the topic, which was, is the new Apple MacBook Pro good or bad? Now, my opinion was, yes, it is good. And my reasons were, it has a great updated software feature or features. It has great updated software features. It has a better design and a larger hard drive, and also the improved screen resolution. And finally, I'm going to restate the details, but I want to only choose the main detail because I gave a lot of details for my reasons. And at the end, your summary is not supposed to be long. It should be short and concise. So, the reason was great updated software features, and the detail that I want to focus on is updated iWorks programs. Why? Because I personally use these programs a lot, so I chose to highlight that at the end of my presentation. The better design and a larger hard drive, I chose the touch bar. Well, I think that's really a good detail. And then finally, the improved screen resolution. I chose the 4K screen because that's the most beneficial to me. So that's the part I want to emphasize when I'm speaking to my listeners, those who are watching and listening to my presentation. So in step number 5, when you come to the presentation or the screen, you need to remember to summarize the information. So on the screen, all you need to have is the actual information. So on the top, you need to write in bold letters the topic / issue. For example, we talked about the MacBook computer. Then you need to add what your opinion was in this section. And then underneath that, you're going to write what your first reason was. Then your second reason, and last, your third reason. Okay? Now, if you want, in this section, you can include one of the details, okay? But this is up to you if you want to include one of the details. Remember, this is your last screen when you do your presentation. So you want people to remember the general idea of your presentation. Remember, if you need help organizing your opinion or improving your English fluency, check out my ebooks and courses by going to speakenglishwithtiffani.com/ebooks or speakenglishwithtiffany.com/courses today.